Recording started.
Good afternoon. I'm glad to have you guys join the class. This is the second week of religious literacy, and I want to welcome you to class. Erica, how are you doing? It's nice to see you here.
Hi, I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Good. I hope you're having a great day. Heather, how are you? It's nice to have you in class.
I'm doing great.
Terrific. And James, it's very nice to see you in class as well. Thank you. All right, guys, there is an entry ticket I would like you to complete. It should only take you about 30 seconds. I'm going to try, can you just copy that? And I don't think I can copy it here and put it in the chat box. Give me a check mark if it's working, please. Let me know, guys, if the entry ticket URL is working. Just a check mark. Excellent, James.
We can't click on it, but I just typed it in and it's working.
Okay, thanks. I know for some reason you can't click on the whiteboard. You always have to type it in. But this should only take you a minute or two. Erica, is it working?
I'm typing it in now. Give me just a second.
Terrific. Give me another check mark if you've finished and let me know. Can you give me a check mark if you've finished? James, have you finished?
I'm finished.
Excellent. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and start. In religious literacy, I ask you just a few questions to see if you could answer some very basic questions. I haven't looked at your entry ticket, but the two biggest religions you should have answered, Christianity and Islam. In 2050, the Pew Research suggests that Islam will overtake Christianity. One of the other questions asks you where most Muslims lived, and you should have answered Indonesia. A lot of students don't realize that most Muslims live outside the Middle East. And finally, you should have answered that anyone wearing a turban is most likely a Sikh. As we move ahead over the next few weeks, we'll look at these different religions and some of the ways they are practiced today. Today, actually, I want to review 3 religious assumptions that you should know and understand when we study religion. So there are 3 central assumptions, and we're going to look at three of them. The truth, one is that all religions are internally diverse. No Hinduism in one part of India is practiced differently in another part of India. Islam practiced in Indonesia is different than Islam practiced in Turkey. So all religions are internally diverse. Religions also are evolved and change. The idea is many people believe that religions are static and separate from movements of history. But in fact, religions exist in time and space and are constantly interpreted and reinterpreted. So the way Christianity was practiced 100 years ago is different than the way it's practiced today. Finally, religions are embedded in culture. In fact, religion and culture are inseparable, just as religion cannot be understood in isolation from its cultural context. It is impossible to fully understand a culture without considering its religious dimensions. Religion, therefore, is inextricably woven into all dimensions of human experience. As we move ahead in our study of religion, we'll try to apply all of these assumptions that religion is embedded in culture, that religions change over time, and that religions are internally diverse. So the project I have for you to do should only take a couple of minutes. I want to put you all into room 1 and ask you to find an example of how religions are embedded in culture, and also an example for the other two assumptions. So now I'm going to put you into a room. So I'm going to create the breakout room. I'm going to put you into room 1 and let you go there. And once you're there, I'd like to go ahead and put the PowerPoint in there so it will remind you of those assumptions. So let's see if I can do that. So whiteboard. Excuse me? How do I, what?
Move to the breakout room. We can't hear you.
Oh. So how do I move the PowerPoint there? Tools, whiteboard, copy whiteboard to breakout room. So am I in room 1? So I moved the PowerPoint to the, what?
You have to move yourself to the breakout.
How do I do that?
Click on there should be a little drop down next to your name.
Oh, there's no drop down next to my name. Oh, wait. Go to the top where it says what? Tools. How do I go to the breakout room? Oh, wait. I think I know how to. It's not letting me do it. Send to breakout room.
Put yourself there. See there, the main room? Click main
room. Oh, of course. Okay, guys, I put the PowerPoint into the room to help you come up with that, and let's create a new page so you can write some ideas onto the whiteboard. And in about 60 seconds, I'll move you to back to the main room. So we want an example of how religion is embedded in culture.
want us to write.
So how churches calendars show or how
It's right on here.
yeah did I create a new page?
Yes.
I did. So you should be able to write directly on the whiteboard. Calendar, churches, what else?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Excuse me, Erica?
What did you want us to write on the whiteboard? I'm sorry.
No problem at all. An example of how religion is embedded in culture, or how religions change over time, or how religions are internally diverse. Just one example maybe of each. Okay, good. I see some good ideas here. I'm going to head back to the main room and I'll pull you in there in just a minute. I'm going to move you to the main room in just a minute. Welcome back to the main room. What were some ideas about the embeddedness of religion and culture that you came up with? James?
I think we see it sometimes in the food that we eat, that we see around that different religions will have with different foods depending on which culture you're in.
Excellent. I agree that food is a part of the culture and a part of religion. Are there other ways that religions are embedded in culture?
I think we see it in clothing styles as well, what is allowed for certain religions or what is required of certain religions.
Oh, those are good ideas and ideas that I'd not thought of. The basic ideas I thought of is that religion is embedded in calendars, and we can walk in a neighborhood and see a lot of churches. But we're quickly running out of time. I want to just draw your attention to the homework that I'm going to assign next week. And to do that, I've got to go back to the front page and click on, I'm going to send you to Pew Research, and of course I can't copy it, so hold on one second. So I'll just put the link here. I want you to preview the site so you'll understand. So right here, whoops. So right here is Pew research on the future of world religions, and if your page loads correctly, you should see different variables for looking at religion today, the worldwide population by religion, religious extremism, projected population in 2050. If you look in Classroom, you'll see the precise assignment. I want to thank you for attending class today. I have one, whoops, I didn't mean to click that. You have one final assignment, and to do that, I've got to go back to the PowerPoint, and I've got to figure out how to do that, and I will tell you in 1 second. Whoops, that doesn't do it.